What's up, everybody? I'm here with another week of Shinehard family. I'm sitting here with Elise Hillman. She's a sports and entertainment professional. She has so many hats that she wears. I'm really excited to have her here to tell you guys more about what she does in the sports industry. Very tough industry. So, Elise, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for being here.
No problem. Thank you.
How you been?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, it's been a minute since I did an interview in front of a camera, so I'm happy to be back in my element again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to dive into questions with you. It's always entertaining and interesting to me to understand when I talk to successful and talented people to know where their story really began.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit more about your childhood and what growing up was like for you.
Well, I had a great childhood. Grew up in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Okay.
I ran tracks, did basketball. I mean, I just dove right into sports.
Yeah.
And I get that from, my dad's side of the family.
Okay.
They're all kind of, from the girls to the guys, they were all into,
Athletes.
they were really good, and they were really good, exactly.
Okay.
So, I mean, other than that, I just had a really good childhood.
So do you have any brothers and sisters?
I did. I'm the oldest of 5.
Wow.
So.
Big family, full house.
Yes.
How was that?
Like any other older sibling, you have to kind of be that role model, but also sometimes a disciplinarian too.
Cracking the whip on them, huh?
Yeah, especially when mom and dad aren't there.
So yeah, you had to babysit?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. So who did you look up to as a kid?
I mean, as far as someone tangible to me is my mom. I've always looked up to my mother. Great, amazing woman. Have a great father as well. Growing up playing sports.
Yeah.
I ran tracks. I love Gail Devers.
Okay.
Love Gail Devers and the whole FloJo thing.
All right.
Of course, when it came to the basketball side, who didn't look up to Michael Jordan?
MJ is the king right now.
From 7'5'7", so of course Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
I mean, I had everything.
Bubba Chuck.
I had everything. Headbands, coat, shoes.
Yeah.
Everything. Cornrows.
Oh no.
Everything.
You were AI.
I was. And then I also love football. I don't necessarily have a favorite player, but I love.
Who's your team?
The Cowboys.
Oh,
of course.
No, stop the interview. It's over. What is your passion, and when did you know?
Well, I knew at an early age, just from not only playing sports, but when I got to Hampton University and just really focusing on the business aspect of sports,
yes.
I really fell in love with it then. So yeah, it was just a combination of growing up playing sports to when I got to Hampton University, to really learning the business aspect and really wanting to help athletes beyond sports. And so that's what I put my focus on, and kind of here I am today.
Yeah. So tell me about some of the hats you wear and what are your services as a sports and entertainment professional?
Well, like you said, I do wear many hats, and I love to wear all types of hats. But some of the services that I do offer for my clients is, your social media management, your public relations, day-to-day management, branding and marketing, and that whole development piece for an athlete. And I do a lot of it is community-based events and initiatives, foundation work, and then event planning. So I love to plan in events. I mean, I've worked to weddings, to sporting events, to social events, to parties, to all of it.
What has really been a lesson that you've taken away from being an entrepreneur? I know it's very, I've worked in the sports industry for so long myself, and I know it's very tough to break through. I know it's extremely hard for minorities, black men, black women, and even being a woman probably adds another level of difficulty for you to really flourish in this industry. What have you learned about being an entrepreneur in the sports industry? Well,
that's a twofold question. I'll tackle what have I learned. A lot. that we could be all day.
Yeah.
But some of the things, or I guess challenges that I've faced in a male-dominated field is that, as a woman, you just have to let your presence be known. You have to be assertive, and you got to play with the boys. I mean, you have to learn to play with them.
Yeah.
And so, you know, no one can do what you do just like you. So it's kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
If you know, you let your strengths play on your strengths. And then as far as the learning piece, I've learned so much. It's a really tricky business.
Yeah.
So you learn that piece. You learn from, you know, what an athlete may be going through, because again, a lot of my work is client based.
Right.
So I'm learning the field, but I'm also learning, you know, what it's like dealing with athletes and what they, you know, the day-to-day that they go through.
Right.
So you know, it's a constant grind, and it's a constant, you know, learning process as well. So it's fun. So
I see. I mean,
work doesn't stop.
It never stops.
Never stops.
Work never ends. So tell me about some of your clients and the events that you've done.
Well,
it's a long list.
It is, but I appreciate that thus far I've worked with so many guys, from Super Bowl champions like Cam Chancellor to Antoine Bethea, and then to the entertainment side. You know, Rob Hill Sr., the Kenny Burns, being on tour with them when they were doing their tour, as far as going from,
you know, life for a living.
Exactly, all over, motivating young college students. To, you know, my female clients, Kelly Will, she's a U.S. track and field professional. And then this past summer was a great time for me. I was busy every weekend of June, which, I mean, every weekend of June I had a camp every weekend of June.
Nice.
And it was wonderful to impact so many young kids, but also work with young guys whose these camps, you know, I put on for. So, I mean, I've worked with so many people, and I want to continue to work with them and do more. Absolutely.
757 is such a hotbed for athletes. I mean, you've definitely made yourself a staple when it comes to doing events there. You know, if they're going to do something, they need to work with you.
Oh, absolutely. I would hope so. That's the goal, to stick together. Nobody knows our community in our area, you know what I'm saying, such as young professionals, such as myself, who, you know, that's the field that we want to be in, and why not partner with them so that we can make a huge impact on where we're from.
Absolutely. Because I'm sure someone did the same thing for them when they were coming up. You know, you got to pay it forward.
Absolutely.
Have you experienced any pushback from being a black woman or being a woman in general?
No, and thank God, because times are changing.
Yeah.
Not to say that I won't face any, I'm sure I will, but not really.
That's good. That's good. Well, I'm happy to hear that. For me, social media is a huge aspect of what I do, like promoting my stuff and just building my brand as a whole. What frustrates you about the mobile culture of 2015?
The most frustrating thing is things can go viral so quickly. The wrong things can go wrong. I mean, the wrong things can go viral way too fast.
Absolutely.
And then the positive things that's happening don't go viral. That's the biggest thing for me. I try not to get really too caught up in it, because it's easy to. I just really focus on what's positive, and I don't retweet, post anything that I feel as though is negative. I like to be a leader, which some may say, hey, that's just, you know, everyone can't take the high road. Everyone can if they choose to. But yeah, I just try not to get caught up in that culture.
Yeah. What accomplishment are you most proud of? You've done a lot of different camps, you've worked with a lot of athletes, you've accomplished a lot in a short time. I'm really interested to know which mark are you most proud of?
I have to be honest, all of them. I mean, you can't have one without the other, but if I had to pick a few, one of the biggest things was graduating college. I think to this day, any black family that you're in, graduating college still is a big deal. For one, because of the cost of college. You know, so many, you know, parents out here that cannot afford to send their, you know, children to college. So I'm grateful that I had two parents that said, hey, if you want to go to college, we're going to support you. And they helped me get there. So when I was graduating, you know, I'm not sure where your certificate of completion is, but my mom has mine. I don't even have it in my house.
She has it in the safe, locked up in the combo.
She has mine. It's on the wall somewhere. But you know, that was her gift, and I'm glad that at Hammond University we graduate on Mother's Day. And so a good gift. That's always a good gift. So that has to be one of them. But dating back to within the last year, again, I get to have and put on my resume that I've, you know, completed something for a Super Bowl champion. And speaking of Antoine Bethea, I was able to celebrate him going into the MEAC Hall of Fame and be a part of that celebration for him. So that was something that was a little different for me, other than, you know, a camp or anything like that. That was really celebrating a great man and a great football player that he is. I got to meet his family.
What school did he go to?
Howard, actually. So of course that rivalry back and forth with you know, logistics and me trying to fulfill what he wanted in the event and things like that. We had that rivalry, but it was all love. And then working with Rob Hill Sr. and all that he does as far as impacting the world. You know, you can't take that lightly. You know, partnering up with someone such as him. So those are the biggest things that recently happened.
Very dope. That's good stuff. Yeah, those are both good people to be around. So you surround yourself with the right people, good things are going to happen. You know? What would you say are your greatest strengths that you bring to your clients?
My greatest strengths is just my will to succeed, my determination, my passion. All of those things just really speak to who I am as a person. I'm a very loving, you know, just kind person. I have a genuine heart to help. I like that whole hospitality. One of the best jobs I've had, I worked at a hotel all 4 years of college, and I love the whole hospitality piece and taking care of people and making them feel special. And that's what my clients get from me. They know that when I sign up and you get me on your team, you know, it's team ride or die. It's just, you know, people make mistakes, I make mistakes, you know, we're human. Let's just move forward and work hard to get to the end goal. So I push my clients push me, but know that, you know, I'm just someone that's always going to be on their side, you know, no matter what. And, you know, we got goals, and we got to get those goals accomplished. So that's just what it is.
What would you say is the #1 factor to your success?
God. It has to be. And he will continue to be that factor. I think the moment that I lose sight of that one factor, things probably will go downhill. He's the one that continues to wake me up every day, like I said, and just gives me that another day and another opportunity. And that's one of the reasons why I told you previously that I tweet that every morning, because it centers me. It just reminds me that God has me here for, you know, a particular purpose.
What advice do you have for the young college students or the aspiring sport professionals about flourishing in this industry?
One of the things that, you know, my parents told me, hey, why can't you intern? Why can't you get a job? And so that's what I did. I interned. I had a job and I went to school at a very young age, but I just was so determined that I had to get ahead of my competition, who was going to start when they graduated. It doesn't work like that. You can't start when you graduate. You know, you have to put in that work now. And so I just encourage them to, you know, if you have a dream, absolutely go after it. But with that dream, it's a lot of hard work, and you have to be prepared for that hard work. And like we just said, work never stops.
Never.
So, you know, my question to young people is, are you ready for the life that you want, the life that you pray for? And if you can't say, you know, 100% yes with some tangible evidence that you are ready, you need to prepare yourself to be ready. Because this world, you get out here and it really kind of sucks the life out of you sometimes.
Life is going to hit you.
It's going to hit you, but know that you can be prepared for the punches.
There you go. So tell everyone how they can find you, social media, Twitter, Instagram. Where can we find Elise Hillman?
Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Elise Hillman.
Right, cool. So follow me, JB's Food for Thought, and also follow the project at Shinehard Family. Saluting, Elise.
Nice.
Pleasure having you. Thank you. Till next time, guys.